Hey everyone, welcome to Comic Yahud, your place for classic comic stories. Today's episode, Tintin and the Broken Ear, Chapter 2. Let's dive in. As Ramon walks away, Tintin ponders the truth behind his words, questioning if there might be a hidden motive. He wonders if Ramon's interest in the parrot aligns with his own, setting his mind racing with possibilities. Meanwhile, Ernestine reminds the professor about the rain, urging him not to forget his umbrella and glasses. Her concern is evident as she leans over the railing, hoping he'll heed her advice. The professor, adjusting his coat, reassures Ernestine with a confident smile, stating his glasses are safely tucked in his jacket pocket and he'll definitely take the umbrella. His calm demeanor contrasts with Ernestine's worry as he prepares to step out. Braving the rain, the professor walks confidently, his walking stick in hand instead of an umbrella. The wind swirls around him as he strides forward, holding his briefcase with determination. As the professor continues his walk, a sudden sound catches his attention, making him pause mid-step. He looks around, his curiosity piqued by the unexpected noise that pierces through the rain. The professor stops and listens intently as the sound repeats, his brow furrowing in confusion. He glances up, trying to pinpoint the source of the mysterious noise. Looking up, he spots a vibrant green parrot perched on a lamppost, its eyes keenly observing him. Fascinated, the professor remarks on the parrot's peculiar appearance, momentarily forgetting the rain. The professor, determined to examine the parrot more closely, starts searching for his glasses in his overcoat pocket, muttering to himself about their usual location. Despite the rain, his curiosity about the unusual bird overtakes him, and he is oblivious to the wet surroundings. Deciding not to wait for his glasses, the professor begins to climb the lamppost, his eyes fixed on the vibrant parrot. As he reaches the top, he exclaims in surprise, realizing the object of his attention is indeed a bird. To his amazement, the parrot greets him with a cheerful, "Good morning," leaving the professor both astonished and delighted by the bird's unexpected vocabulary. His surprise is evident as the parrot continues its polite chatter, making the encounter even more extraordinary. The professor, flustered and embarrassed, apologizes profusely to a gentleman, admitting he mistook him for a bird. His absent-mindedness shines through, adding a touch of humor to the awkward encounter. Meanwhile, a man behind a counter informs Tintin that his advertisement about the lost parrot will appear in tonight's paper. Tintin nods, hopeful that this will lead to the bird's safe return, while Snowy observes attentively. In a dimly lit cafe, a man with a cigarette discusses the necessity of creating an advertisement about the parrot. His expression is serious, as he scribbles notes with a sense of purpose. In a modest kitchen, a man and woman discuss their plan to respond to an advertisement about a lost parrot. The man insists on visiting the nearest address immediately, while the woman mutters the sooner the better to rid of the bird. Tintin, seated on a red couch with a newspaper, is interrupted by the shrill ring of the telephone. The unexpected call startles him, suggesting something urgent might be at hand. Answering the door, Tintin greets a man holding a box, who inquires about the parrot advertisement. Tintin welcomes him inside, eager to learn more about the situation. Tintin eagerly opens the box, curiosity lighting up his eyes as he peers inside. The promise of discovering something important fills the moment as he prepares to uncover its contents. Suddenly, as Tintin peers inside the box, a parrot pops up and pecks his nose. Colorful stars swirl around his head as he jerks back in surprise, the bird eyeing him with mischievous curiosity. Filled with relief and gratitude, Tintin exclaims how much the parrot means to him and insists on giving the man a reward. The man, touched by Tintin's sincerity, graciously accepts the token of appreciation. Waving goodbye, the grateful man exits the room, tipping his hat to Tintin who stands by the door, his expression warm and appreciative. As the door closes, Tintin turns back inside, a plan forming in his mind. Tintin, with a determined stride, enters the room, eager to hear the parrot's account of events. He prepares to orchestrate the parrot's performance, hoping it might reveal crucial details he needs. Realizing the need for proper preparations, Tintin decides to purchase a cage, entrusting Snowy to guard the box containing the parrot. With a reassuring glance, he heads out, promising a swift return. Snowy peers curiously at the box on the table, a question mark floating above his head, indicating his puzzlement about its contents. He sniffs cautiously, his ears perked up, as he wonders what might be hidden inside. Determined to investigate further, Snowy circles the box, his nose twitching with curiosity as he tries to detect any clues. His eyes narrow with suspicion, as if sensing something unusual about the box's stillness. Suddenly, the box erupts with a loud squawk, startling Snowy and causing him to leap back in shock. Confetti-like stars swirl around him as the parrot inside screeches, "Pork! Pork!" shaking the box with its commotion. The parrot has pecked a hole through the box, its head poking out as it squawks, "Greedy guts," from within. Snowy, feeling affronted, wonders who the parrot thinks it is, and leaps onto the box, causing more chaos as stars swirl around them. Tintin rushes up the stairs with a birdcage, exclaiming he must save Polly from the commotion, as sounds of the scuffle echo in his room. Tintin charges into the room, as a colorful parrot makes a daring escape through a broken window, leaving chaos in its wake. Snowy, amidst the scattered debris, looks bewildered by the unexpected turn of events. Meanwhile, two men discuss the peculiar case of the missing parrot and the lack of responses to advertisements, wondering if it links to a greater crime. They note that only 2 people witnessed the parrot's escape, piquing their curiosity further. Later that night, Tintin lies in bed, restless and pondering the whereabouts of the elusive parrot. Snowy, curled up beside him, not shares his concern. Suddenly, a loud creaking sound jolts Tintin from his thoughts, causing him to sit up in alarm. Snowy perks up, sensing the disturbance, as Tintin's heart races with concern. Tintin listens intently, his mind racing as he suspects a burglar might be lurking in the flat. He decides to investigate, determined to confront whoever dares to invade their space. With cautious steps, Tintin approaches the door, whispering to himself to be careful as he grips a small object for defense. The tension mounts as he prepares to face the intruder. Tintin bursts into the room, his voice firm as he demands the intruder put his hands up. The man, startled and wide-eyed, raises his gloved hands in surrender, his gaze fixed on Tintin's determined expression. Recognizing the intruder, Tintin exclaims, "Ah, it's you." The man, exasperated, identifies Tintin as the one trying to catch the parrot, their past encounter clearly remembered. Tintin demands answers, his patience thin as he interrogates the man about the parrot. The intruder insists the bird belongs to him and threatens to report Tintin to the police for theft. Tintin, unfazed, offers the intruder the phone to call the police, displaying a daring confidence. His challenge hangs in the air, a stark contrast to the intruder's earlier threats. Seated with a firm grip on his gun, Tintin presses the intruder for the real reason behind his interest in the parrot. In a mix of frustration and surrender, unable to hide his agitation, the man's hands are raised and slide up small knife from inside his sleeve. A hand lingers on the door handle, while Tintin voice in the room demanding answers. The light off, a cacophony of noises erupts, punctuated by sharp, sudden sounds that echo through the space. The question marks hover, reflecting the confusion and chaos that have taken over. In the dimness, two figures sprint away, one explaining how they managed to turn off the light just in time to avoid capture. The tension is palpable as they discuss the near miss with the puñal. Tintin, narrowly avoiding disaster, sees the knife now buried in the sofa right beside where he sits. His heart pounds as the reality sinks in, while Snowy stands alert, sensing the danger from those who will stop at nothing. Alonso and Ramon stand in a tense conversation, with Alonso expressing frustration over a narrowly missed opportunity. Alonso, somewhat dismissively, suggests that Ramon needs more practice, adding a layer of tension and resentment between them. As night falls at 21 London Road, unsettling noises disrupt the calm, echoing through the quiet house. The sounds of a disturbance hint at a brewing conflict within the walls. A woman, disturbed by the clamor, sits up in bed, irritated by yet another quarrel between Mr. and Mrs. Dove. He reflects on their frequent arguments, clearly frustrated by the ongoing disturbances. The woman stands outside a door, impatience etched on her face as she demands to know if they have finished with their argument. Her voice echoes with irritation, a common theme in their household. In response, a voice shouts back defiantly, claiming he is Balthazar, the voice filled with a strange fervor. This bizarre declaration only adds to the chaos of their argument, leaving the woman exasperated. Suddenly, the woman's tone shifts to panic as she cries out for help, her earlier bravado replaced by fear. The unexpected plea shakes the woman, leaving her bewildered and uncertain about what might be happening behind the closed door. Inside the room, a fearful cry about the ghost of Mr. Balthazar echoes, causing Colonel Barker to scoff at the idea of ghosts. With determination, he dismisses the notion as nonsense and orders everyone to march forward to investigate. As they move upstairs, the group gathers their makeshift weapons, ready to confront whatever lies ahead. The colonel's commands ring out, urging the group to stay in formation as they approach the unknown source of the disturbance. Reaching the door, a chilling voice claims to be Balthazar, heightening the already tense atmosphere. Colonel Barker boldly declares his identity, demanding surrender from the unseen presence, asserting control over the situation. As Colonel Barker asserts his authority, a parrot perched nearby repeats the name Balthazar with an eerie clarity, causing those present to exchange wary glances. The room is filled with an eclectic mix of artifacts, giving the impression of a place where secrets are closely guarded. The next morning, Tintin sits at his breakfast table, eyes wide with shock as he reads the newspaper, his uneaten toast forgotten on the plate. The article seems to have captured his complete attention, hinting at a connection to the night's unsettling events. The headline speaks of a loyal pet and strange occurrences at 21 London Road, leaving Tintin to ponder the implications of what he has just read. His mind races as he pieces together the information. Tintin rushes out into the street with Snowy at his side, excitement in his voice as he spots a taxi. His determination to catch it is evident as he calls out urgently with hope. The rain pours down relentlessly as Tintin waves desperately, trying to catch the attention of the taxi that speeds past him. Snowy, drenched and shaking, looks up at Tintin with a mix of confusion and sympathy. Undeterred by the first attempt, Tintin persists, waving at another passing taxi with renewed vigor. Snowy stands faithfully by his side, sharing in the determination to get them to their destination. As the rain pours relentlessly, Tintin resigns to the situation, deciding they must walk to their destination. Snowy trots beside him, both drenched yet unwavering in their purpose. Arriving at their destination, Tintin learns from an informant that the parrot has been reclaimed by its previous owner just minutes before. The news hits hard, leaving Tintin momentarily speechless. Determinately stepping back into the rain, Tintin mutters about being outmaneuvered by the gangster who now possesses the parrot once again. Snowy follows closely, sharing in his master's frustration. Tintin, wrapped in his trench coat, trudges through the rain-soaked streets, his thoughts racing as Snowy scampers beside him. His eyes are set forward, determined to find a way to reclaim the parrot from the elusive gangster. Suddenly, a voice pierces through the sound of raindrops, shouting a frantic warning to look out. Tintin's attention snaps to a man gesturing wildly, his face etched with alarm. In an instant, Tintin turns to see a car hurtling towards him, its headlights glaring in the rain. With a swift movement, he leaps back, narrowly avoiding the oncoming vehicle as the man watches in relief. As the car speeds away, Tintin slips on the wet pavement, flailing wildly before landing hard on the ground, with Snowy watching anxiously beside him. The rain continues to pour, adding to the chaos of the moment. Two men rush to Tintin's side, helping him to his feet with concern etched on their faces. They angrily discuss how the driver swerved deliberately, clearly appalled by the reckless behavior. One of the men checks if Tintin is hurt, but Tintin reassures him, explaining he only tripped over the pavement edge after jumping clear. Despite the fall, Tintin's determination shines as he brushes off the incident, ready to continue his pursuit. Tintin quickly jots down the number 169 megawatts, grateful for the valuable clue, while the informant urges him to contact the police. His thanks are sincere, and there's a shared understanding of the danger lurking ahead. Meanwhile, in a speeding car, two shadowy figures discuss how their plan was thwarted by an unexpected warning. The driver seethes with frustration, while his partner suggests using a knife next time, hinting at darker intentions. The conversation continues as the driver is advised to improve his aim since his throws veer too far to the right. A begrudging admission follows, acknowledging the slight error but also hinting at a simmering resolve to correct it. Tintin pores over a large open book, his finger tracing the lines as he finds a crucial address, Dr. Eugene Treblebob at 120 Minstrels Way, and murmurs with satisfaction. The discovery fuels a renewed determination in his eyes, hinting at a plan taking shape. Stepping briskly along the pavement, Tintin reassures himself and Snowy that they are indeed on the right track. His strides are purposeful, matched by Snowy's eager trotting beside him, as the street leads them closer to their destination. Arriving at Minstrel's Way, Tintin pauses to confirm the street sign, his voice carrying a sense of arrival and readiness. Snowy looks up expectantly, their journey seeming to culminate at this pivotal point. Tintin eyes the vintage car, spotting the license plate number he's been searching for, yet something feels off. It's not the car he's looking for. Snowy stays close by as Tintin jots the number down, his brow furrowed in suspicion. Walking briskly with Snowy at his heels, Tintin mutters he is being given the wrong number, questioning the accuracy of his information. He clutches a small notebook, his mind racing for answers as they continue their investigation. Speculating about the possibility of a false number plate, Tintin hurries forward, only to stumble upon a crucial detail in his notebook. His exclamation of surprise suggests a sudden realization that may alter their course. Tintin crouches, startled, as his notebook lands upside down on the ground. He stares at the number, realizing with a jolt that this license plate is the correct one. Nearby, a small black dog tugs at its leash, oblivious to Tintin's sudden breakthrough. Bursting with excitement, Tintin leaps into the air, shouting "Eureka!" as the realization takes full form, while a woman in a fur coat reacts with surprise. Snowy looks on, confused yet trusting in Tintin's exultant confidence. Tintin shows Snowy the notebook, explaining the numbers 169 megawatts, and demonstrating how they can transform into MW691 with a simple twist. Snowy watches intently as Tintin's clever manipulation reveals the crucial clue they needed. Tintin and Snowy dash forward with renewed determination, the realization about the number plates sparking a sense of urgency. Tintin exclaims how the simplicity of flipping the number plates has been cleverly used to disguise the car's identity. Thanks for watching Comic Yahud. Like, subscribe, and catch you in the next chapter.